Industry and scientists agree that the supply chain nightmare that has been plaguing the U.S. for the past few years is here to stay for a long time, making shortages worse and causing a historic slowdown in domestic production at the same time that retailers are dealing with record shipping costs and a drop in consumer demand. Many people thought the crisis would get better now that the health crisis was starting to get better, but experts say that won't be the case. As port congestion gets worse, about 4 million containers are stuck outside of ports around the world. Analysts at logistics company RBC say that's the perfect recipe for even higher shipping costs when ships are scarce, whether that's because more ships are waiting in line at a port or because of real demand. Analysts said in a report that came out last week that supply chains are having the worst delivery delays on record right now. They also said that the time of turnaround or TOT is getting longer, which is causing more ships to get stuck in lines outside of U.S. ports. They also said that they expect freight rates to stay high for a long time because of scheduling problems, since less than 15% of ships are arriving on time. The company said that at least 300 container ships that left the port of Shanghai last month are about to arrive at the west coast of the United States. According to their estimates, some of these ships will be waiting for berth for 111 days, which is a huge increase from last year's average of 37 days. Port congestion is getting worse and becoming more common. In the report, RBC's head of digital intelligence strategies, Michael Tran, said that the many problems are having a domino-like effect on the markets. He said that in the past year, the price of a container has gone from $3,000 to $30,000, which is a tenfold increase. This year's shipping problems in China and Europe have made the container shortage worse and pushed prices to levels that have never been seen before. Director of Plug and Play Tech Center at Rogers, Josh Safran, says RBC also said that Russia's attacks on Ukraine have caused insurance companies to charge more for protecting ships in the Black Sea. Before the conflict, insurance rates were only 0.25% of the ship's value. Also, fuel supplies have fallen to their lowest level since 2007 and prices have reached all-time highs. In a separate report released by Morgan Stanley on Monday, analysts said they don't expect capacity increases until late 2023. They also said that container prices on the spot market could reach up to $47,000 this summer. This is because the trucking industry is having trouble finding workers, which is also going to raise costs and cause more delays. In a recent interview with Bloomberg, a person in the industry said that supply chain problems will last for a long time, even though port congestion will eventually get better. Too many bottlenecks have formed in the system at this point, and none of them can be fixed overnight. Tim Schwartz's Global Forwarding: as a global recession starts, the flow of ships and containers will start to slow down, but conditions on global supply chains will never be the same again. I don't think we're going to go back to this overcapacity situation where rates were very low, said the freight CEO of logistics giant DHL. Infrastructure, especially in the US, is not going to get better anytime soon because building infrastructure takes a long time. In a similar way, logistics experts Scherer Schiffling and Nicholas Valentisas Kanilos said that even if the Ukraine crisis is resolved and there are no more lockdowns in China, supply chains will be under a lot of pressure for the foreseeable future. Millions of people are already rushing to stock up. Some say they've never been so worried about empty shelves, while others think what we've seen so far is just the beginning. The cycle of high prices and empty shelves is creating a vicious cycle where many buyers rush to stockpile products at home before they disappear from stores again, a trend that is likely to get stronger in some places in the coming months. The National Herald says that some stores have already started rationing flour, sunflower oil, sugar, corn, eggs, milk, and some other foods. Due to supply problems, it's hard to get dairy, cleaning supplies, and canned goods. So far, most rationing has happened in Europe, but it was only a matter of time before it came to the US. This is just another sign that the hour is late and that things are getting really crazy right now. Some parts of the country are still enjoying the calm before the storm.